Hi everybody, I think we're ready to start and welcome to another episode of our Language Master Academy online courses. Welcome back to a new conversation classroom with us and with me. Okay, so are you ready to start tonight? We have been experiencing bad weather for the whole day. I hope that the connection will keep up, okay, live up to the expectations, because I have a very interesting topic for you tonight, and I don't want to spoil you anything because you're already seeing the presentation here. On the left part of the screen. Tonight we are going to talk about emotions. So tonight's title, the lesson title is empath. Okay, are you an empath? Can you feel somebody else's emotion? Can you relate with other people in an empathic way? Okay, we are going to see. What are we going to do tonight is enrich our vocabulary and learn new ways to express our emotions. So other ways to say that you are happy or angry or excited or whatever, and how to relate with people in different ways. And we will learn also how to relate with intonation and how to use tone and our voice to give a whole different meaning to what we are really saying. So using ironic expressions or sarcasm or playing with words. Okay, so let's start. As for tonight, we're having a sort of lecture on this topic, and at the end of the lesson I want you to comment on this, and you can write me using the chat room on our YouTube page, as well as using your mobile device to write directly to me online, okay, by using our private exclusive WhatsApp account. Okay, we have a WhatsApp account for all our members and our students of the evening classes. So are you ready to start? Because we're running out of time very quickly tonight, it seems. And let's start with the first slide. So tonight we're going to talk about emotions. So what I want you to learn is improve your English, improve your vocabulary, and don't stick always with the same damn boring way of saying that you're happy, that you're nervous, that you're anxious, and so on. Tonight we're going to focus on some of these, not all, of course, because we don't have time to make a whole list of emotions. It would be endless, I think. And so let's start with something happy. What do you say when you are happy? Of course you say, I'm happy. But please stop saying, I'm happy. You know, this sentence, I have an example sentence here, like, oh, I'm so happy. I mean, I'm really, really happy. And this makes me so happy. And when you're happy for something, you passed an exam, you got a lot of money, you had a good day, you feel good, and you're happy for somebody else's luck, or you're happy for somebody else's graduation. Maybe a relative of yours has just graduated, and you are happy for him, and so you're so happy. I'm happy. And are you happy? If you're happy, I'm happy too. So boring. There are tons of adjectives that we can use to express that we are happy, that we are good, that we are feeling good. Let's start with one, for example. Let's say that you're not happy. Let's say that you are glad. What's being glad? Okay, being glad, basically speaking, means that you are happy, but let's see some examples of this. Glad. I have 4 examples for you. For example, I am glad I could help. I am glad to hear that. Oh God, I'm glad you called. Oh, I'll be glad to pay you for all you've done. We have 4 different examples and some slight differences in the use of the word glad. Glad can express happiness, but also somewhat at a certain degree slight nuance of relief too. Okay, you are glad. A very similar word that we are going to see afterwards is pleased, which is more or less similar to glad, but with some differences. We are going to see that now in more in depth. But let's start analyzing these examples. Okay, we have different examples in contexts, in different contexts, and we can use the same word in different contexts. Let's try one exercise first. Let's try replacing this word with happy. I'm happy I could help. I'm happy to hear that. Oh God, I'm happy you called. I'll be happy to pay you for all you have done. That's okay. It's not grammatically speaking, that's correct. Okay, you can say I'm happy, but it becomes boring, and on the long run, it is a lack of expression, a lack of vocabulary. Okay, there are some slight different nuances in happiness. It's not that you are either happy or sad. Okay, there are 50,000 of shades between happiness and sadness. So let's start with one. This one is glad. So I'm glad I could help. That means that I'm happy, but I am also pleased. Okay, I'm happy to know that I was useful. So I am somewhat fulfilled about this thing, and that makes me feel good. It's not just that I am happy, content, but I also feel good about that. So I'm glad. So I'm glad that I was given a chance to help you, everybody, to help you all. Okay, so I'm glad I could help. Let's try to focus on the meaning of these sentences without using the Italian verb first. Okay, so let's just use English. Then afterwards, we can also translate the word. We have an Italian equivalent for that. We're going to say after the examples. Second example sentence is, I'm glad to hear that. Oh, what a relief. I'm glad to hear that. For example, you hear good news. Maybe a friend of yours had a car accident or something, and he was in hospital for some days, and you are a little bit worried or a little bit anxious about that because you don't know how bad the situation is, how bad he was hurt. But then you receive a call, and they say, okay, I'm out of the hospital. They say that I will be back again, okay, alive and kicking in a couple of weeks. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. I'm relieved also. Okay, I'm happy for you, and I also feel relieved about that. So different nuance, but we can use glad in this case too. Third example. In the third example, we have, oh God, I'm glad you called. Okay, on the contrary, but okay, the same, more or less the same situation. Okay, I'm waiting for a call. Somebody is away, maybe a friend of mine or a relative, my son, my daughter, my wife, my brother, my sister, I don't know, somebody that you know really well is away, and you don't know where he or she is, and you start worrying, and you want to call him or her, but you don't have his or her phone number, or maybe he or she again forgot their mobile phone at home, and so you are not enabled, so you cannot call him or her, and so you start getting nervous, you start munching your fingers, your fingernails, and so on. Okay, start get nervous and anxious about that. But suddenly you receive a call, and it's him or her, so your relative, your friends calling. Oh yeah, I'm all right. Don't worry, I just forgot my mobile phone at home, and nothing serious. We are all okay. Oh God, I'm glad you called. Okay, I'm happy, and I also feel relieved about that. So I'm glad. Okay. That again, happiness with a certain degree of relief in these cases. And also, you have done a lot to me. You have done a lot of favors for me, and I feel in debt. I feel that I owe you something, and I have to make something to pay you back. And if you need money, there's no worry. I want to pay you for your help. So if you want, I will be glad to pay you for all you have done. Okay, I want to pay you, because paying for what you have done for me makes me feel glad about that, okay? Because I'm starting to feel a little nervous, a little bit of anxiety, okay, inside me, because I want to pay you back for the favor that you have done to me. And so I will be happy, I will be more than happy, I will be glad to pay you. So paying you back for what you have done to me will make me feel somewhat relieved about that, okay? Oh, okay, I'm at ease. Now I am in peace with myself and with my soul, because I was starting feeling a little bit guilty because I needed to do something to pay you back for that, okay? If you want money, okay, I want to give you money. I don't like to give money to friends for favors, or receiving money from a friend. Maybe I can give them a favor. Maybe he or she can offer to me a pizza or something, and I will be a-okay. And I hopefully it's the same for you. But okay, in this case, it's just an example to express that this is the very feeling of it when you are glad. In Italian, we have an equivalent of that, which is not strictly happy. Happy, we translate happy with felice, contento, okay? But when you say that you are glad, it means that you are lieto, okay? I'm lieto. So I'm glad I could help. Io sono lieto di averti potuto aiutare, for example, okay? So I'm glad. So it's somewhat slightly different from just happy. Happy is a standard expression, okay? It's a basic expression, but let's start to improve things some more and to raise to an upper level, okay? Let's just try to raise the bar, okay, and get it more difficult, and improving our English by learning new words. So glad is the first one. A very similar word to glad is pleased. I'm pleased. So what about the first sentences? Okay, let's go back to glad. I'm glad I could help. I could also have said, for example, I am pleased I could help. Or I'm pleased to hear that. Very pleased. There's a slight difference in saying I'm glad to hear that. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Now I'm happy. And I am pleased to hear that. They can be the same expression used in different contexts. For example, in the first case scenario, we have I'm glad to hear that. Going back to our friend, okay, he was in hospital and he was a-okay. He makes us a call and he pays us a call and he says, okay, I'm okay, I feel good, I start to feel good there, I'm taking medicine, everybody takes a lot of care and I'm really happy with that, okay, oh, I'm glad to hear that, so I'm glad for you. On the contrary, you have to make a speech, for example, a public speech. It is really important for your career because you know that your bosses will be hearing you and you have to make a presentation and show some data, forecast, your marketing plan for the new year's sales and whatnot. I don't know, but something really big, really important for your career. And then they told you that the boss is really impressed, okay? Oh, he was impressed, okay? Your speech has left the mark on him and he's really glad, okay? He's glad, he's happy with that and cool. I'm pleased to hear that. I'm happy for myself in this case. I'm not only happy, I'm not glad for you and for the company, for the situation, but I am also pleased that I have done a good speech and I have made a good impression, okay? So glad and pleased are slightly different. Depending on the context, their meaning can detach or vary more or less, okay? Depending on the context, on the situation we are in. So let's go back and review these examples. I'm glad I could help because I'll stick with the examples and the context that we gave. Oh, I'm glad I could help. I'm glad to hear that. Good. Oh God, I'm glad you called. I'll be glad to pay you for your too much else. Okay, there are too much else in this sentence. I'm start swallowing my tongue. Okay, I'll be glad to pay you for all you've done, and so on. While please, in this case, we have some other examples. Pay attention to the contexts in which they could be placed. For example, oh, he was, and this is the first case, okay, that's what I was talking about before, telling I am glad or I am pleased, okay. He was pleased with himself, okay, not only glad but pleased, okay. In this case, I would translate pleased with compiaciuto, okay. I'm happy for me. So I'm not just happy in general, but I am happy for what I've done, okay. I'm sort of slightly proud. So it's happiness with a point, okay, with just a sip of pride in it, okay. There is some pride, just a tip, just a 10, just a little bit, but happiness and a little bit of pride, so it becomes I'm pleased, okay. Happiness and a little bit of relief and content, okay, so I'm satisfied, I'm not fulfilled, but okay, I'm quite sort of satisfaction, okay. I have a little bit of satisfaction in my happiness. It's a happiness which is also a little bit satisfied. So happiness plus a little bit of satisfaction or a little bit of relief, that's glad, to be glad for something. While living alone, satisfaction, we can also have satisfaction, it depends. Pleased, I would say that pleased is happiness plus a little bit of pride. So I'm proud of myself. Pride, orgoglioso, okay, orgoglioso, pride. Proud, that's the adjective, orgoglioso, and pride, which is orgoglio, okay. Remember Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice, okay, orgoglio and pregiudizio. So, pleased is, in this case, in this first example, I would translate it with compiaciuto. So, he was pleased, but with himself. Second example sentence. Dean was pleased with the opportunity. He was really happy for that. He was pleased with that opportunity. So Dean had the opportunity to make a great career with his job, and he's really happy for that, and he's pleased again for himself, more or less. But there's an opportunity that makes me pleased, okay? And I am happy, somewhat proud, and a little bit satisfied. Oh, okay, that's right. That's the opportunity I was waiting for. That now it's the moment to make a good career. Now it's the moment to make a good impression. Now it's the moment to take the chance and get the opportunity of my life. Oh, I'm pleased about that. I'm pleased of having the opportunity for that. I'm pleased with that. Okay. Then third example, it's very similar. That, whatever that means. Or whatever that means, okay, we're referring to something, okay, that pleased, okay, I'm sorry, okay, that pleased smile, that refers to the smile, okay, so that pleased smile was on his lips again, and his eyes held a glint of humor. A glint is just a glimpse of something which is bopping, okay, or beeping, okay, on and off, just a glint, okay, like a sparkle of something, okay, like a light sparkle, okay. They're sparkling, they're glinting with humor, like that's to be pleased, okay. A pleased smile, un sorriso compiaciuto, like look what I've done. Yeah, you know that I am the best in town, so and I have a slight humor in my eyes and a pleased smile on my face. I knew that. I'm pleased because I already knew that, okay? I knew about that, and I'm pleased that I know. So that pleased smile was on his lips again, okay? So when you want to play the smart ass or something, okay, you want to play the part of the sly guy, okay, when you feel sly for something and you prove that something is right according to your opinion, okay, you can say, yeah, I knew that, I'm pleased because I know myself, okay. So to be pleased, okay. And then again, I'm pleased she's helping you. I'm somewhat happy that she is helping you. Oh, I'm pleased to know that. In this case, I'm pleased or I'm glad. There is just a slight, very teensy little difference in meaning. Maybe glad has somewhat a slight nuance of relief, while please is sort of slight nuance of self-fulfillment or pride, but very, very, very little. So in this case, you could use practically the same as if they were synonyms, but basically speaking, they are. But they just can be slightly different tones in our emotions. So depending on the situations, glad or pleased could be used in different occasions, and maybe one can be more appropriate than another one depending on the context. So always pay attention to the context, not only when we are talking about grammar, but also when we are talking about vocabulary. And think that if you have 100 grammar rules to remember that you have 100,000 words to learn if you want to speak fluently and speak properly in English, and if you want to be able to express whatever you want and whatever you feel like. Okay, otherwise we have to stick with, okay, I'm pleased, no, I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy. It's not that I'm happy. You know, when you have a complex emotion, when you feel a complex emotion, but you don't have the words to express that, that's frustrating, okay? That always frustrates me when I have a complex emotion or a complex idea or a concept that I want to express to the other party, to the hearer, and I don't have the words. And I say, you know, I'm happy, but it's okay, it's not happiness. It's not that I'm happy. Yes, I'm happy, but, and I'm in that limbo where I cannot express myself. That is extremely, I think, psychologically speaking, and also from the emotional part of myself or one's person, I think that's totally, it sucks. That's really frustrating. Okay, so learning new words helps us to improve our vocabulary and improve our range of expressions. Okay, we can express lots more. So let's move on. Oh, we have some, oh, we love that, and we love idioms. Okay, we had a whole lesson on idioms. If you lost our lesson on idioms, I suggest you to go on our YouTube channel and, of course, subscribe to our channel. And if you go and check for our on live streaming lessons, okay, there is a playlist for our English lessons. There is a whole lesson completely dedicated to idioms, and we had a little play with quizzes and so on. You remember Dutch Courage, Mexican Standoff, you know what I'm talking about, okay? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, okay, you can go back in our video history and let's have a look at it. And here we have some other expressions to say that you are happy. So you want to say that you are happy, but when you are happy, you are sort of high, okay? And I'm not talking about smoking or puffing weed or something, okay? No, nothing to do with that. But we are euphoric in a way, okay? And so we want to express our happiness, and just saying I'm happy. Yeah, you don't seem to be. You don't seem to be so happy, okay? So when you're happy, you want the whole world to know that, okay? Oh, I'm so happy, I'm so happy, and that's it. So you can use some useful idioms. For example, I'm on cloud 9. I'm on cloud 9. In this case, not always we can express or translate idioms directly from one language to another one, but in this case it's difficult to give a full explanation of it without translating or without giving an example. But when you are on cloud 9, that is that you are high, so, and you are euphoric and you feel top notch. That's when a situation is top notch and everything goes smoothly, everything is smooth sailing, okay? You are on cloud 9. It's like I'm feel like a rocket high in the sky, and I am on cloud nine. There is a similar expression in Italian in this case, which could be I feel sono al settimo cielo. Okay, when you feel al settimo cielo, there's no. You remember? Maybe you remember if you are 30 or something years old, you will remember that there was a TV series, a very old TV series, who was called Seven Heaven. Okay, there is another expression of say above or beyond paradise. So that's full happiness. It's more than happiness. It's complete bliss. Okay, like nirvana. Like when you reach nirvana, you're out of your body, out of your mind, and you have reached the highest status of existence. So to be on cloud nine, it means that you couldn't be happier than you are. I'm on cloud nine. Or again, pretty easy that one, I feel on top of the world. In this case, I have to add something because in Italy recently there is these English borrowed words in slang. Okay, I'm talking about Italian slang, and everybody say that the top. Okay, you are the top. Okay, or I feel top. No English speaker would say I feel top or you are the top. Okay, you are the best. Okay, you are the best one, or I feel on top of something. In this case, I can use a hyperbole, an idiom in this case, to say that I feel on top of the world. It's not that you are in Greenland or that you have gone to the Arctic Ocean. It is an idiom to say that you are on cloud nine. That is extremely happy. Okay, extremely happy. Or you are in high spirits. You are happy, you're euphoric, you feel like having a party, okay, because you are happy for something, so you feel in high spirits. So your spirits, and I'm not talking about alcohol, okay, but about what you feel inside, you feel high, okay. Remember that when you feel high, it means that you are completely out of your mind because you are euphoric, you are content, you're happy, you're glad, whatever. So not only happy, we have several expressions to express, okay, I'm repeating myself, okay, maybe it's not the best example, but whatever, okay, to say that you are happy for something. Happy, glad, euphoric, pleased, I feel on cloud nine, oh, I am on cloud nine, I feel on top of the world, oh, I'm in high spirits, okay, so how are you doing? Oh, I'm in high spirits, oh, what happened? Tell me, okay. It it gives life to the dialogue, okay, and to the conversation and to the interpersonal relationships that you have with other people, okay, not just how are you? Yeah, I'm fine, thanks. Okay, and you? So boring, this one. I don't want to talk with these people. Okay, so let's try to be more cheerful. Cheer. Cheer means smiling hard, okay, being happy. Another word is cheerful, that is full of cheer, okay, full of, okay, you're like sparkling, you are enlightening, you feel very good, okay, you are cheerful, okay. Cheerful means happy and smiling. Cheerful. Euphoric is happy and smiling and with your eyebrows shooting out of your head, like euphoric, okay. On cloud nine, on top of the world, and in high spirits. But what if you wanted to talk about a movie? We talked and discussed plenty of movies recently, and we also have our discussion area on Showtime, our Facebook group dedicated to all of our members to discuss about cinema and movies. And you're not commenting so much recently, maybe because you don't have the right vocabulary to express your ideas. And so next lesson is stop saying that's interesting. Oh, the movie was interesting. Yeah, really interesting. Oh, damn it, interesting, okay. Oh, and the most interesting part, you remember, is when they make all those interesting things. What? So there are other ways to say that something is interesting. First thing first, we also have to say that you can express interest, happiness, sadness, anger, whatever emotion with nuances. So there are different words to express the intensity of your emotion, from flat, okay, ground level, to top of the word, okay. And you can be glad, pleased, cheerful, happy, content, euphoric, exuberant, and whatever, okay. And in case of interest too, because if you feel a passion for something, maybe you are a collector of postcards. Can we be so feel such an interest for collecting postcards? I don't know, maybe they are historic postcards, they have a historical relevance, I don't know. I really, strictly speaking, I don't want to know. I have other interests, but whatever. Maybe you are a collector, maybe you love reading, you have a favorite author, maybe you have a favorite director, maybe you are a fishing enthusiast, maybe you are a basketball enthusiast and you live for that, okay. In that case, it's not like, oh, what's your favorite sport? Oh, basketball. Oh, is that interesting? Oh yeah, interesting. It's your passion, that's your life. Is it just interesting? Let's discover other words to express our interest. Maybe you can be fascinated by something. It's not only interesting, there you are. No, I'm not going to spoil this one because it's the next one, but you can be not only interested but fascinated. When you are fascinated, is that what catches your interest, what draws your attention is the look of something, usually, okay, so you feel fascinated. You can use that literally speaking, okay, so you can be fascinated by the aspect of something, the exterior aspect of something, so we're talking about aesthetics, more or less, but you can also use in a figurative way, and so you can say that you are fascinated by a subject. I am fascinated by foreign languages, they are my life. And I'm not only interested, okay, I am interested in cooking. I need cooking, I need eating, okay, every day. We have to. But I have made an interest out of it. Not only I like eating, but I have an interest. I love learning how to cook recipes and ethnic dishes or something different, fish, meat, vegetables, fruits, whatever, okay. I love cooking and that's an interest, but it's okay, cooking, eating, I eat to live, of course, but cooking is not my life. It's a just sort of useful, very extremely damned useful hobby, okay, so that's interesting. Maybe you have the hobby for gardening, so maybe you don't work in a flower shop, so it's not your life, but now and then you attend a course of flower design, you have books of gardening, you have a hobby, and in that case you can think, I found it interesting, okay, so I love that because I found it interesting, and on Sunday afternoon I go out and mow the lawn and trim the trees and stuff like that, but I found it interesting. When you are fascinated, let's see if I can, okay, fascinated. Let's have a look at these examples. She watched, fascinated, as the storm crept closer. So today is the day, for example, we had a lot of storms around here, and suppose that you're out gardening because you are interested in gardening, okay, you're trimming your hedge and your trees, and you see these manifold cloud coming up, okay, creeping up in the sky with lightnings and thunders and or those flashes and so on, and it starts thundering in the sky, and you are so fascinated by the movement of the clouds and the way the storm creeps closer, okay, like creeping is like slithering, but snakes slither and something else can creep, okay, sort of. It also gives a sort of gloomy atmosphere, okay, the storm is creeping, okay, something threatening, okay, and this threat of the storm gives you thrilled, okay, so you shiver, maybe for fear, maybe for awe, maybe for amazement, whatever, and It's not that you are interesting. Oh, I'm looking at the storm. I found it interesting. Okay, it's not, it's not a Picasso picture. Okay, it's not. I like to. Okay, you're more than into. Oh, people can be also fascinated by Picasso's pictures. It's a question of taste. Okay, but in this case, you are amazed by the power of nature and the aspect of nature and the aesthetic of the clouds. Okay, swirling around in the sky, and so you're like that. Oh, I'm fascinated. Wow, wonderful. Okay, maybe you are a photographer and you want to take a picture of it. Okay, or something. You're not interested in this case. You are fascinated. Claudia is fascinated with the antebellum and Civil War historic periods of the United States. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, not only a hobby but a passion. When a hobby becomes a passion, you're no more interested. You become fascinated. Oh, that gives me. Oh, when I see books about Civil War, okay, oh, I'm fascinated about that historic period. I want to read more. I want to know more. It's more than interesting. Okay, it's fascinating. Every single aspect of that historic period fascinates me. So you can use it both as a verb, fascinate, so to exert a fascination on something. So fascination is a noun, to fascinate as a verb, quite uncommon to hear. And you can use it as a past participle form, I am fascinated. And something is fascinating, okay? I find history a fascinating subject. That means that I am fascinated by it, okay? You somewhat are subject to this fascination, okay? And you are fascinated, okay? By something which is fascinating. Third example. It was hard to look at his face without being fascinated by the color of his eyes. In this case, that's what I explained a couple of minutes ago. A fascination given by the aesthetics, by something which captures our attention, which draws our attention because of the look of something, because of the exterior aspect of something. And in this case, there is maybe a girl or something which has fallen in love for a boy or guy or whatever, and she is like that, like Stendhal in front of nature, okay? And oh, it was hard to look at his face without being fascinated by the color of his eyes. He has a wonderful color, okay, wonderful eye color. It's a deep dark blue, and I'm fascinated about that, okay? Maybe some one of you like watching DiCaprio's movie or Brad Pitt's movie or I don't know, and you are fascinated by his way of acting and so on, okay? Fascination. So not interesting. You can find a person interesting. So what do you think about DiCaprio? Oh, he's an interesting person. Yeah, he's interesting. Okay, you find a certain interest in him. Oh, how DiCaprio? Oh, he's fascinating. His style, his way of behaving. It's not only interesting. He's really fascinating. Every single gesture is a work of art. Okay, but it can also be captivated. Look at the examples. She says he's captivated by her writing. She's reading a book. She's interested in an author. She finds a particular book fascinating to read. Okay, and when she reads, looking at the author's writing style, she says that his writing style is captivating. Out here is starting thundering, so another storm is creeping up, and I'm not fascinated about that, not at all. I'm quite pissed off, and I am afraid that we could lose the connection. So that's not fascinating at all, and that's quite frustrating, and frustrating. That's the only way that I have to express that one. And I'm a little bit afraid for our internet connection. So not fascinated at all, okay? Never ever. So she says he's captivated. So okay, she says that he is captivated by her writing. Okay, when I write, I'm so pleased because when he reads my letters, he's captivated by my writing styles. Okay, so pleased, captivated, fascinated. Fascinated, it means that I appreciate the look of something. Captivated, it means that I am more or less captured by something. Okay, it draws completely my attention with awe. Okay, I cannot look away from it because it's wow, that's captivating. Okay, I'm intrigued, I'm so interested, and I'm interested but also intrigued and fascinated by something. Altogether, I am captivated. And also we can say that something is captivating. You can stop doing. You cannot refrain from doing something because it is tempting, is captivating. So something which is interesting, more than interesting, is fascinating, but in a tempting way. So you are captivated by it. Okay, that's captivating, and you cannot refrain. You cannot avoid you cannot avoid it. Okay, there's a book, and it is so interesting, it is so thrilling, and his style is wonderful. It is really a really fascinating story, and I am captivated by this story. I can stop reading, I can help it. Okay, I'm captivated. Again, she was curious about the softer side of him and captivated by his steady gaze. Okay, and the first example, the girl was fascinated by the color of his eyes. In this case, there is no aesthetic question. There is a simple, standard, average fact. He has a steady gaze. You mean when something has a penetrating gaze and somebody stares directly, straight forward in your eyes, and I don't stagger, okay? I don't look away or something. I just look at you straight in your eyes. You know, that kind of people. And the way he looks steadily at her is somewhat captivating, okay? So I'm captured by it, okay? And I cannot look away. It is fascinating and tempting at the same time. So it's captivating, it's absorbing somewhat. She captivated him. Okay, we can use it as a verb too. She captivated him as she glided across the stage. Okay, maybe she's an actress on stage in a theater, or maybe she's a dancer or something, and her way of moving is really enjoyable. So enjoyable that I cannot look away. I'm amazed. I'm really flabbergasted by her performance, and I cannot look away. I'm really not only interested, I am captivated. Okay, that's the way. Very similar, absorbed. Absorbed is somewhat so intensely interested in something that I have no more attention for anything else. It's like I'm so focused and so fucking concentrating on something that I have no more attention for everything. I'm laughing because my wife used to tell me that anytime, and she says that I don't pay attention to her when she's talking because I'm always absorbed in one of my books, and I'm studying Japanese or I'm reading a novel, and stop being absorbed by that book. I'm talking, I say, what are you saying? Okay, that's being absorbed. Okay, you are absorbed. Maybe something is captivating and you are absorbed by it. Okay, we can also use them in combination. Look at the examples. Okay, they both felt silent, absorbed in the beauty of the country around them. Okay, you are like here, okay, you're like having a coast to coast in the United States maybe, and you land, okay, you arrive in Nebraska. Could one be fascinated by Nebraska? Yeah, I think so. Okay, there's all those plantation or wheat plantation. There's a complete sea of wheat. All around you, and there are pale blue sky with some clouds in it and fresh air. and you are absorbed, okay? You feel absorbed, you feel into it, okay? It's almost as you are mentally projected in what you are looking, in what you are reading, in what you are doing, okay? So your full self is projected outside of your body, let's say more of that, and it goes on your object of attention, okay, so to speak. So you are absorbed by something. We have a similar word in Italian too, so okay, you are completely absorbed. Like to absorb, like paper absorbs things, and you are the real thing absorbed by paper, okay? In this case, the landscape. Landscape acts like paper, and you act like a drop of water, okay? And you are absorbed. And again, when she returned, he was absorbed in the paper. What happens? Okay, I open the newspapers. Oh, there are some interesting news. What? Okay, isn't that possible? And when she comes back, okay, I was saying, and what are you doing? No, I'm completely absorbed, okay? I pay no more attention to anything else. I'm not only interested, it's not that I am fascinated, I'm not captivated, I'm not tempted, it's just that I'm completely concentrating on something, okay? And I pay no more attention to anything else in the world. And here's the bonus idiom of tonight. When you are thrilled, when you are really interested, in this case, when you are captivated, when you are absorbed but also thrilled, okay, that's not being absorbed, but when you are seeing something, maybe a movie or something really involving, okay, so when something is involving, is easy to get absorbed. It is easy to get captivated, but you can say that when you see a really thrilling movie, you feel on the edge of your seat. It seems like you are ready to jump, okay? Maybe in action movies or horror movies where there are a lot of jump scares, you can feel always like that. You can perceive the tension, okay, of the movie, the suspense, and it's almost as if it was electrical tension, okay, like that, and you feel thrill and you have palpitation and stuff like that, and you feel on the edge of your seat, okay? That's the limit of your seat, and you are not properly sitting down, but you feel like as if you're every second you're almost ready to jump, okay, for excitement, for thrill, for fear, for scares or whatever. And I felt on the edge of my seat for the whole movie. That's completely awesome, okay, captivating. That's really fascinating. You have to see it. You can convince people in this way. Oh, so how was the movie? Interesting. So are you happy with that? Yeah, happy. No, that was exciting, okay? I felt on cloud 9, okay? I wanted to see that movie so much that I am on cloud 9, that I've got the possibility. I'm pleased that I have got the possibility to see the premiere, and it was top notch. It was outstanding. It was so exciting that I felt on the edge of my seat all the time for the whole duration of the movie, for the whole movie, okay? So let's try to improve our vocabulary by varying with these words. Then we still have some minutes to complete our lessons, okay, in different parts. And there is a last topic that I want to talk about with you tonight, which is the use of intonation when talking. Use of tone can change the meaning of what we are saying completely. And it is really paramount and important to understand when people are using their tones in a serious way or not, because it depends a lot from that. Oh, but I forgot this part. Stop saying I'm fine, thanks. We're going to see this one next time. Next time we're going to practice some variations on this. And this is a little bit a small anticipation of it. But this is not what I wanted to show to you tonight, unfortunately. And we are going to see another stuff. We're going to analyze this one next time. Tonight I want to skip and I want just talk with you for a couple of minutes about using sarcasm. What is sarcasm? Somebody said that sarcasm is saying something in a tone of voice that suggests the exact opposite. Okay, so you say something, but in a way that suggests that you are not thinking what you have said, but you are thinking the whole contrary. There are words that can be used both ways. Maybe there are positive adjectives that, used in a certain context, have a completely different meaning. For example, brilliant. When we say brilliant, when we are happy, when we are glad for something, when we are excited, when we feel good. For example, we receive a wonderful present for our birthday party, and this is what we have always wanted, we have always wished for and desired. And when we open the package, we see the present. Oh, that's wonderful, brilliant, that's a great idea. Okay, I'm happy for that. That's brilliant. I found it not only good, but even more. It's thundering and lightning. I hope the connection will last, because I'm starting to feel a little bit afraid. I think that we have to change a bit. And so you say that something is brilliant. I don't know if you can hear it thundering. Let me just check the connection and the plug. Because I don't want my computer to blow up on my fucking table, okay? And on my captivating face. I'm very pleased about my aspect, okay? Yeah, with my sweater tonight, okay? So just keep things informal. So, brilliant. Brilliant can be something good. It's positive. It's a positive emotion, okay? When, oh, yeah, brilliant. Okay, I've solved the problem. Oh, how did you do that? Oh, I have discovered the solution. That's brilliant, okay? You're genius. But look at the example here. How brilliant, I've been fired. Okay, what did you do? Oh, I just punched my boss in the face. And okay, who knows me knows that every reference to real person is true. And they say, oh, brilliant. Oh, you use sarcasm. Okay, you are not happy. Now, yeah, I knew that. Okay, fuck that. Okay, brilliant. Okay, what happened? Yeah, I've been fired. You can use brilliant, but in a sarcastic way. You can use sarcasm. Once again, I don't care. I don't care can be used when you don't care about something, when something is not your cup of tea, for example. Okay, we learned this idiom last time. And in this case, you can say, I don't care, in a sarcastic way too. For example, things are coming up and the storm seems to be really creepy tonight, and it's quite paradoxical. Yeah, you know, what's the problem? The world is full of apathy. But I don't care, okay? Contrast, sarcasm, okay, if you want to play and feel more ironical. Last but not least, and I will close with this one, stupid. Stupid can be an average insult, okay? Quite mild, as a matter of fact. But we can use it in a funnier way, somewhat, okay? Instead of saying just to somebody that, so you're stupid, or you stupid person, okay? You can say, but, and use sarcasm. Tell me, is being stupid a profession, or are you just gifted? Gifted, it means, or you study for that. Is that a profession? Because you are really stupid, a class A stupid. You're playing in the major league of stupid people. Okay, so just tell me something. Is being stupid a profession? That we'll have to cut down for tonight, unfortunately, and maybe we'll have to skip the Japanese lesson. So, jingle. Have a good night. And beware thunders. And talking about thunders, let's have a little bit of heavy metal singing here. Bye.